Is sanctioned by the Nevada Athletic Commission. The executive director is Bob Bennett. The chairman, Anthony A. Marnell III. The commissioners, Stacy Alonso, Skip Avancino, and Sandra Douglas Morgan. The judges for the main event are Tim Cheatham, Dave Moretti, and Ricardo Ocasio. And controlling the action at the sound of the bell, the referee in charge is Robert Byrd. And now, once again, live from the fight capital of Las Vegas, 10 rounds in our main event of the evening. We are Vegas strong, and it's go time! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at an even 161 pounds. He owns a professional record consisting of 23 victories, 4 defeats, 14 wins by way of knockout. Wearing white with gold and hailing from Passaic, New Jersey, he's the former two-time WBO NABO champion, Glen Jersey Boy Tapia. And his opponent across the ring fights out of the red corner. He weighed in at 159.8 pounds. His professional record consists of 23 victories against 11 defeats, 13 wins by way of knockout. Wearing gold with purple and representing the fighting city of Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen, two-time world title contender, King Gabriel Rosado.
One and one. Okay, gentlemen, you had your instructions in the dressing room. The only thing I'll remind you of now, when I say stop, what that means is stop whatever you're doing, give me a clean break. You protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Both of you, seasoned professionals, I expect you to conduct yourself that way. That said, Mr. Tapia, Mr. Rosado, gentlemen, let's do this.
Let's do this indeed, Robert Byrd, as we are Vegas strong here at the Park Theater at the Monte Carlo in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Bernardo Osuna, and I'm joined by Joel Diaz. These guys can't dwell on what's happened in the past. They've got to start anew. This is the first chapter of their career if they're to make something of themselves and get that chance at a title. You mentioned that before. How do you feel about this fight now?
They're made for each other. These two guys are made for each other. This is gonna be a great fight tonight. I can already see it. You know, they know what's in stake for both of them. So they're here to leave anything behind.
You know, we talked about the fact that you feel that Glen Tapia has the power to hurt Gabriel Rosado, and not necessarily the other way around. And we just saw a nice stiff jab from Glen Tapia, letting Rosado know you're in for a long night.
See, Rosado is an aggressive fighter, but I don't see that he has that devastating punch to knock out Glen Tapia. Glen Tapia can swing some hooks from every angle, and it's just interesting to see as the rounds go.
Yeah, the big right hand from Rosado doesn't move Glen Tapia. So far, it's been Tapia with the stronger punch early on, and you see how every time he connects, it's Rosado moving back, but then what does he do? He comes right forward, as now Glen Tapia works to the body. Rosado told us, I know I'm the more skilled fighter. I've been in against the better competition. He's never been in against the guys that I've been in against, but it doesn't matter if you don't put it to work. And that's what he's trying to do here against Glen Tapia. But not allowing Tapia to get too confident should be part of that equation.
Glen Tapia landed some great combinations right now. And you know, one of the things with Rosado is he needs to get some head movement in there and not get too much punishment on his face, because you know he gets cut easy and he'll be bloody.
You know, Tapia got caught with a
Let him go. Free up your hands, let's go.
And his first instinct was to hold on, so I'm not sure that Rosado doesn't have the power to shake up Glen Tapia if the fighter out of New Jersey isn't careful here.
Well, you can get hurt with the punch you can't see coming. I mean, sometimes you don't have to be a heavy puncher, but if you don't see the punch coming, you can really get hurt. At this point, Rosado is walking him down. He's applying nice, smart pressure at a great distance. You know, he's measuring with the jab. setting up a great distance where he can work.
Gabriel Rosado went back to Philly to work with Billy Briscoe. He said it's not only about the physical aspect of the game, it's about motivation, about going back and remembering where I came from, the poverty on the streets, being a tough Philly fighter, and that'll put everything into perspective. So he's hoping to put things into perspective into the ring and prove that he is a true contender and he belongs among the elite. Nice big left hand to the top of the head of Glen tapia, who once again gets shaken up at the end of round one.
Time! He hurt him.
Good shit, how you feel? Put your legs out.
Deep breath. Deep breath. You know, one thing I can't have is you put your backs on the ropes, all right? I don't want to get back on the rope ever again in this fight.
Use the left hook. Square him up, that right hand's coming right down the pipe.
Okay.
Left hook, right hand, boom.
That body shot in the middle, bro, when he's squaring up, perfect.
Perfect. Counter right hand over top of the jab. Use the left hook to walk the right hand in. And when you get him on the ropes, pin him. All right? Everything else looking great. How you feel?
Good.
Good.
Just warming up.
I know. Don't put the bat on. Don't put the bag on. We still got to warm up.
All right. Go to it. Running mouthpiece.
Relax. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Joel Diaz, bringing to 8 world champions and a lot of prospects coming up. And early in round number 1, we saw Glen tapia score a very solid jab that shook up Gabriel Rosado, but down the stretch it was Rosado landing to the temple of Glen tapia that did the damage.
Rosado hurt him towards the end of the round, and I noticed on Glen tapia's face something. He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it too much. He sort of backed down a little bit, and we'll see. It's either he's gonna come back and apply the pressure and show that he's in the fight, or he's either gonna let Rosado walk him down.
An overhand right by Rosado that had very bad intentions, and Tapia tends to drop his hands a little bit like we see there. I don't think he's got the reflexes to get him back defensively, so he really needs to be careful if he's gonna protect that tempo and not allow Gabriel Rosado to get off on that shot. Now, the one thing that Rosado is doing here that he said he didn't want to do as he punches with the jab, he said, I don't want to look for just that one shot that works for me. His punch output needs to be up there for him to be effective.
Oh, he needs to stay consistent. But you know, I can already see Gabriel Rosado setting up for that right hand over Tapia's jab. That one right there. Because he's setting up for the jab at distance, he's making Tapia open up, and he's gonna have that right hand.
And now it's Tapia who has a nice 1-2 combination. This is the type of fight we expected if Rosado now is the one forced to hang on, because Tapia's got heavy hands as well. He's under 56% of his victories by knockout. Rosado 37%. And there, Robert Bird with the first admonishment for holding against Gabriel Rosado. So this is a fight that can turn on one punch for either guy.
Exactly. One punch can turn the whole fight around.
Both guys are hungry. Now we see blood trickling out of the left nostril of Glen tapia, who works it right to the body of Gabriel Rosado. And then once again, the Philly fighter pumping out that jab to the bloody nose. And you heard that shot, and the fans are reacting behind us because those shots to the body are coming in hard and heavy.
See, now Rosado changes defense.
Oh, mouthpiece is out of the mouth of Glen tapia. He could have been hurt here in round number 2 as Rosado is looking to take advantage of this situation. No mouthpiece. What is the danger of not having a mouthpiece if you get caught with a good shot?
You can get caught with a good shot. You can get a fractured jaw. That's why the safety for the fighter is important.
All right.
Let's go.
Slide down to an opposite neutral corner. I want that one.
Sleeper, walk out with the sleeper.
The sleeper is what they're calling for in Gabriel Rosado's corner. There's only 10 seconds left here in round number 2. But already we see Glen tapia backing up.
Champ, you can't let this guy get off when you're not counting back.
I know.
You let him steal rounds, you know what I'm saying? I know you're warming up to the fight, I understand that. But you can't let him do that shit. You let him steal. Listen, that jab overhand right is there all day long. Loop it around his hammer. And when you make that loop,
soon alongside Joel Diaz from Las Vegas, Nevada, and our great production crew showed us something during the break that is actually quite odd, Joel. The fact that Glen tapia's mouthpiece was not knocked out by a punch, but as he was throwing a punch, it fell out of his mouth. What could cause something like that to happen?
Well, the damage that could happen is, I mean, a mouthpiece is there to protect your jaw.
It's weird that he didn't get punched. I mean, it just fell out. What could cause that to happen? It just fell out.
It's not a fully fitted mouthpiece. I mean, that mouthpiece is not fitted completely. You're gonna have a proper fitted mouthpiece, and this has to be tight so it won't fall.
All right, so it may not be that he's breathing through his mouth or anything like that, although he's bleeding from his nose, so that could be a consequence of that. Glen tapia, he's got a sense of urgency. He's lost 3 in a row and 4 out of his last 7. And Gabriel Rosado is coming off of a huge and very controversial loss against former world titleist Martin Murray. He also lost to William Monroe before that, so desperately looking to get back in the win column. Glen tapia complains about a headbutt, but it was a body shot with a right that really bothered him from Rosado.
See, Glen tapia is flat-footed, just coming in, flat-footed, waiting for him to get hit. Rosado's boxing really nice, you know, establishing the jab, actually making him lunge in and catching him with counters.
You know, Rosado said, expect me to be sharp, crisp, strong, and the point is to make a statement. I'm here and I'm ready to bang with the best middleweights, and I don't want to leave it in the judge's hands after what happened to him, not only against Martin Murray out in England, but here in Las Vegas against J. Leon Love in a fight that was later overturned. And it turned into a no contest due to a positive test from Leon. Big right hand from Rosado, followed by a left, and he knows what he's got in front of him, a pump-over fighter, and if he can keep catching him like that, he may get what he expected.
See, that's the right hand I was talking to you about earlier. Gabriel Rosado is setting up his distance because you can see on Glen tapia's left side, he's dropping his left, and he's very vulnerable with big top with the right hand if you time it properly. You can see Gabriel Rosado's boxing, getting the right distance. See, he's loading up on the right hand. If he makes a mistake, he's gonna catch it.
The intensity in the eyes of both fighters. They know that there's a lot at stake here on Golden Boy Boxing on ESPN.
all right, champ, we got to get all these rounds from here on out. All right? Take a deep breath. You warmed up. I know you're warming to the fight now. Steal a shot here, steal a shot there.
Yeah,
steal a shot in the body, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was doing, right?
But you're not active enough for me. You got to be more active. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick that work rate up.
Okay.
Keep him on the end of the jab, okay?
Yep.
Everything else is looking good.
He's ready to
You put him back on his heels, he can't fight back enough, bro.
Yep.
All right?
All right, so both fighters competitors working with different cornermen than their last professional fights. Gabriel Rosado went back to Philly with Billy Briscoe, and Glen Tapia working with Lenny De Jesus, who used to be a cut man for Roberto Duran, worked with both Wilfredo Gomez and Benitez out of Puerto Rico, so a lot of experience, and he said, brought it back to basics. As we take a look at what happened in terms of CompuBox during the first 3 rounds of this fight, or the last round. Let's take a look at last round. Pretty similar in terms of the punches thrown, but Rosado was able to land 6 more punches at a higher percentage, so that effectiveness working for him as he catches Rosado. Rosado catches Tapia lunging, and that left hook stops him in his tracks. It's a very tense fight for both fighters right now.
It is. There's a lot at stake for both. Rosado needs to maintain the distance, step back, make Tapia fall short and counter. Tapia needs to get inside.
And there landed a nice right hand as he got inside.
Tapia needs to get on the inside fight. Pressure Gabriel Rosado. Don't give him the distance, because if he gives him the distance, Rosado's going to get the best out of him.
Pretty bad punches there from Glen Tapia. No disrespect. This is when he puts his punches together and he gets something behind him. There's nothing pity-pat about them. He goes out there to try to hurt his opponents. And right now it's Gabriel Rosado that I think has a lot of confidence going on. The fact that he's been in this fight, you know, it's already the 4th round. No cuts so far. And the fans are chanting Rosado, Rosado. They saw him in Creed in the movie. Ooh, playing the villain, and he lands a nice overhand right. I think that's always going to find a look, because Tapia drops that left hand at all times.
Tapia's left hand is always slow. That's the reason why Rosado is making good contact with his right hand. There it goes again. But he needs to not build so much confidence in himself, because Tapia is dangerous at any moment.
Both fighters have a reputation as being gutsy, very tough, but they got a big heart. You know, the Jersey boy, he opened up the Jersey boy gym in Passaic, New Jersey, where he's from. He says there's not a lot of hope there, but I'm bringing hope to those kids, because they see that if I can do it, they can do it. I'm leading by example, and he wants to show them that tonight he can come out away with the victory and prove that something good can come out of Passaic, New Jersey. So, big heart for both of these guys, inside and outside of the ring, and a lot of respect. And then see a little bit of swelling over the left eye of Glen Tapia here as round 4 comes to an end.
We got a bell coming, guys. Bell!
All right, that's what you gotta do this whole round.
Bro, you got this nigga forehead smoked up crazy.
Listen, that's what you gotta do the whole rest of this fight. All right, you gotta back. So he can't tie you up and he can't reach you. Run your shots, cut the angle. He's gonna turn out. That's when you run your shots, unless you want him to turn this way. All right? And keep him with that jab, snapping it. Everyone got to be hard, show him. Underneath. Olvídate la cara. Vamos a hacer favor y ganamos. Vamos.
Come on, baby, let's start throwing some punches.
I'm seeing a little bit of Hasim Rahman on Glen Tapia. The top of his forehead is completely swollen. And the first thing that referee Robert Brooks said before round 5 starts is, hey guys, be careful with the headbutts. Lenny De Jesus is working the corner of Glen Tapia, says, forget about the head. I want you to work the body. You agree with that?
I agree with that. He needs to mix it up, not just focus on one thing, but if that's going to be a factor, that swelling, keep hitting it. Keep hitting it, because he's going to keep landing the right hand. I see some urgency in Rosado of finishing this fight early, because he's loaded with confidence now. He wants to finish Tapia.
All right, so big jab there from Gabriel Rosado. He knows what he's targeting. I mean, the head is there, but it's also got this big bullseye on it that he's trying to really pop I mean, this is a cool sport. Big right hand there from Gabriel Rosado, who now goes with the uppercut. And you see Glen Tapia backing up. That's got to be a distraction for him. I mean, you've got to feel the hematoma building in your forehead.
It's a big distraction, especially if they already know it. I mean, you saw in the corner, somebody gave Tapia a sign that there was something back.
All right, now the sign that's back is that Rosado is on top of him, pressuring
Show me
him.
something.
And referee Robert Wood says, show me something. Glen says, I'm okay. But he's going to have to really come out there and prove that he's in this fight here in round number 5. Big left hook there from Gabriel Rosado, who sees a weakened fighter in front of him, a distracted fighter in front of him, and he's trying to take advantage.
You know, I haven't seen Rosado look as good as he's looking tonight in a long time. He's looking great. He's combining really well, putting his punches together. You can see beautiful right hand, right down the middle.
He's taking what Glen Tapia is giving him. He said, I know his weaknesses are, I'm going to exploit them, and that's exactly what we're seeing here in round number 5. We're not even halfway through this fight, but you could see that Gabriel Rosado is taking control. He said, I'm going to make a statement. I want to prove that I'm more than just a come-forward fighter. People think I'm just a brawler. I'm more than that. And that was what going back to Philly was all about. But there he gets clipped with a nice left hook from Glen Tapia, but it's just one punch at a time.
Exactly, don't count Glen Tapia out. He's dangerous. You see him landing a left hook because now he took everything from Rosado. Now, how is Rosado going to act now? Is he going to react back or is he going to wear out himself?
Tapia shake out his hands. That's never a good sign. But we're going to stay with Glen Tapia, follow him into his corner with the Hennessy corner can.
Just like that, but don't
Never
let him sit
stop,
around at the
never
end, right?
settle. It's Lenny De Jesus with the instructions for Tapia.
Ready to go, Chad. Don't shoot. Move down. I want you to move this way. Soak him in and go to the body. Don't stay. The thing to the okay?
Yeah, when you put that right hook to the body, put the double left hook back up to the head, all right? His right hand is dropping lower and lower every round. Don't worry about the hardness on the body shot. Quick and a double good left hook to the head.
And it's not the first time that we've seen the hematoma over the forehead of a fighter before. It reminds me of Pablo Volak against our commentator on the ESPN Deportes side, Delvin Rodriguez. So it seems that they try to not make it a distraction in the corner, but they want him to move this round. That's what Lenny De Jesus said. I want you to get your conditioning back. As we're going to take a look really quick at the total punches landed in that last round, the 5th round of the fight. And we see 67 thrown by Rosado. That's the type of punch output you want out of the Philly fighter. He landed 40%. That's 27 to 8. The numbers do tell the story here.
I see Rosado coming back stronger. He sees, or he's feeling.
Big left hook followed by a right. And this may be an early night if Rosado can finish this fight with a left hook.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Show me something. Let's go.
Not doing very well. Look at the body language of Glen Tapia. You've got to save it from himself at this point, and that's exactly what Robert Bird does. He gets Gabe Rosado off of Glen Tapia, and a disappointing performance from Glen Tapia, but Gabe Rosado, mission accomplished. He came in here to make a statement, and now he checks on his opponent.
Great cut by the ref. Great cut, great fight, great performance. Gabe Rosado came in and proved the point like he said he was.
Guys come in here and say they're going to do something all the time. Tonight, Gabe Rosado did exactly that. And we expected the valiant effort from Glen Tapia, but except for that first shot early in round 1, he really didn't have it tonight, Joel.
He didn't. You could tell right away from the beginning. from the beginning of the first round, you saw that, you know, sight in his eyes. He tried a couple times, but, you know, as the rounds were advancing, he was fading slowly.
You know, and at this point, you don't want to make decisions for anybody, but this is 4 losses in a row, 5 of his last 8. And we talked about what would happen for the winner. Gabriel Rosado now says, hey, I'm raising my hand. Canelo, Triple G, give me the rematch. Lemieux, let's do it again. Jacobs, all that. And now we'll see what happens for Glen Tapia moving forward. Let's take a look at how this fight unraveled for Glen Tapia, as Gabriel Rosado was accurate and potent with his punches.
See, he landed a straight right there. Started with a left hook, now followed with a right. He puts him against the ropes, and he started unloading on him because he knew he was hurt, and that punch came right at the right time.
That final left hook, and this is how it ended.
See, he felt that he was hurt, so he attacked him and went for the kill. The referee just did his job.
Yeah, you could just see the legs of Glen Tapia were gone. Even if Robert Byrd had decided after the first knockdown to stop it, he was not all there. His legs were not responding. His body language was, he was hunched over, and he tried to give him a shot because that's what a good referee does. But as soon as he sees that he's in trouble, he stepped in at the right time, and you called it. Robert Berg with a great job. That's why he's one of the best in the business. Let's go to Mark Fredo for the official time of this knockout victory for Gabriel Rosado.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee in charge of the action, Robert Byrd, calls for a halt to the contest. Your official time, 1 minute 15 seconds in round number 6. Your winner by TKO from the Fighting City of Philadelphia, King Gabriel Rosado.
Rosado, tonight he was the king in the ring against Glen Tapia, a valiant effort, and now Tapia will have to rethink his next step moving forward. There's a lot of kids that believe in him in Passaic, New Jersey. He can be proud of his performance. When we return, Gabe Rosado joins us ringside for a post-fight interview. Don't miss that with the fighter out of Philly.